Well, hello guys and gals, it's Craig here. I thought we'd go for a little, I don't know how much light there is out here, but I thought we'd go for a little night walk, have a little chat. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm just gonna go around the block here. Hope you guys are doing okay, hope you're safe, hope everything's all right in your neck of the woods. Doing good here. Really glad I got my channel back, both of them. Yeah, I wasn't really quite sure what I was gonna, this is weird because it's like, I don't know, 4:30 in the morning. I'm out here talking to myself. Wasn't really sure what I was gonna, talk about in this video, but I guess I'll just sort of, whatever's on my mind. It's not necessarily brew related, but it doesn't matter. This channel's not all about home brewing. I am brewing a Cooper's IPA. I ran out of dextrose. It's just you know what? I don't care. It's a kit and kilo. That's all I had. I couldn't get any dry malt extract to put into it, and I'm sort of short on funds and stuff, so just kit and kilo. That's what it is. I've done a few of those lately. They're not bad. I know people out there are gonna scoff at me. They've always done, but hey, it's my beer, and I don't recommend everybody brew that way. But if you're stuck and don't have a lot of ingredients to work with, and you need to brew beer, there's nothing wrong with it. So. But I ran out of dextrose, so I threw in some just regular sugar. I've done that before, and it was okay. I wouldn't brew. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about going the daring route and brewing up a pre-hopped beer kit. And by the way, I read my comments. I know some people scoff at me for brewing pre-hopped. Whatever, okay? Whatever. Do what you want. I was thinking about doing that because all the years that I've been brewing and making videos on YouTube, everyone says, oh no, don't use regular sugar, you have to use corn sugar. What about an experiment? I'm going to be the one drinking it, so it's going to be up to me to consume it if it tastes like crap. I was thinking about an experiment, brewing a beer. So there's cars coming. They must know about YouTube by now. Brewing a pre-hopped beer kit with a kilogram of regular sugar. What would that taste like? I've never done it. I've never done that. People say, oh no, you can't do it. Well, you know what? Guess what? We're gonna try it. I think. I think. Anyway, so I got some beer brewing in there. I got some in the keg. Got some wine going, red wine. It's beautiful. Got a glass sitting at home waiting for me there. My voice is a little bit weird. I had a bit of a thing. I don't know what it was. Maybe I got the COVID virus. Oops, you're not supposed to say that on YouTube apparently. By the way, I want to thank YouTube for bringing my channels back. I don't know who's responsible for it. I know there was some petitions out there and stuff. I don't know what brought them back, but whoever is responsible for that, thank you. Because I really like making videos, and I wasn't happy about the content being gone and that. So, but we've been through this already. So, just thank you, whoever. Where are we going here? Okay, yeah. So basically, I'm just doing simple brewing right now. I mean, I've been doing that for quite a while. Moving sucks. It's hard. I'm just now, really. I mean, got settled. Everything seems in its place where it belongs. There's a bird. It's about that time of morning. I guess they're going to start. I think they think that when they do that, that's what makes the daylight come, which is, stupid, because that's not what makes the daylight come. I think because they start now, Hear it? And in about half an hour, the sun will start coming up, or maybe an hour, and the bird's gonna go, ah, it worked. Okay. So, I'm walking by a house where my mom used to live when she was growing up. And I probably shouldn't film it because I think someone lives there now. But it's an old house. I'll just go around like this a little, just sort of, yeah, you know. She grew up there. And then when she was, you know, she was a teenager, my dad met her, and he used to visit her there. So I haven't really moved too far away from the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess, as they say. But so I'm just brewing simple stuff, and it's what I need to do. I've got a lot to say about that. I've said a lot of it already, but you know, I got into this YouTube thing sort of by accident. It wasn't intentional to start brewing beer on YouTube, and then it sort of caught on, and then a couple guys came along and started trying to mock me and tear me down. So I stepped up my game and I won. But then I took on a responsibility sort of to keep on doing that. Well, I'm not complaining, of course. I've had an awesome time here on YouTube for 14 years. And I will continue to do stuff. It might be a little different than what you're used to, or it might be the same. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. There's cooking videos are in the works. I've got a couple of them, and I've been sort of looking around in my kitchen to see how I would set up stuff, cameras and whatnot, or one camera. It's going to be simple. So, but you know, as far as brewing goes, I mean, I'm just beer it's getting more and more expensive by the day, by the week. So if I don't brew my own, that's like I just can't drink beer. It's as simple as that. I hate going to the store and spending $40 for 24 cans of beer. It's just, it makes me sick. So I make my own, but I don't do it all grain usually because it takes too long for me. I've got other things I got to get done. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. You guys know all this stuff. Let's talk about what's going on in the world right now. Now, if you're watching this video like a year from now, this might be outdated. But right now, we're going through a hard time in the world. Danger. Danger. This virus has really screwed things up pretty bad for a lot of people. And, you know, there's also, you know, a lot of turmoil. I live in Canada, so I'm not, you know, but I do watch American news networks. I say networks in plural, because if you only watch one or two, you're going to be leaning towards one specific direction, if you know what I mean. You kind of have to watch both sides of the aisle. Otherwise, you're just going to get brainwashed into thinking one way. And I'm not trying to get political or anything like that on you guys, but I'm dead serious. All right? Because a lot of people won't watch one network, and some people won't watch the other network. And I think you know what networks I'm talking about. So if you want to lean just one way and see one side of the story, even if it's not even true half the time, then go ahead, just watch one network. But I think it's dark here, I know. I'll walk faster, get into the light. I think the smart thing to do is to try to spread yourself around a little bit. And I think the country, you know, I'm talking about the United States. I don't live in the United States, so I'm sort of, some people might say you don't have a right to talk about this, but I do care. I have friends down in the States, and I do care about it. I think the place would be so much more peaceful at this stage of the game if people would just be a little bit more open-minded and not so one-sided. So, if people would just try to look at the other side of the story, because there is another side. If you watch network, you're only going to get that part of the story. You're going to get a biased take on things. And I've been studying this for a decade, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. And if you watch the other network, you might get the other side of the story, and then you have to sort of make up your own mind. So I just think that a lot of the division in the United States I think that has to do with the news media. I don't think it's the fault of any politicians at all. I think it's the news media, mostly. I think that's my opinion, because they're controlled by other people. So I think I'm going to stop there and just just my opinion. So, just, I hope, see, the thing is that you say that, and then people get pissed off because they think, oh, well, he's one of them, or he's on that side, or he's on this side, or he's on that. Well, I live in Canada, so I'm not on any side, really, but I do have an opinion that I formed from gathering information from both sides, not just one. So, anyway, all that aside, I hope you guys are doing well where you are. I know there's lots of horrible things happening in certain states, and of course, if you're watching this from Australia or England or Germany or Norway or whatever, then you're probably keeping an eye on what's going on in the States too, because kind of matters. The United States is a very powerful country, and I love the country. I do. It saddens me that it's in such a mess right now, and I don't blame any politician. Just saying. I think it's more than that. I think it's the news media, and there's people that control stuff that are behind the scenes. So that's all I'm going to say. Now, we're about to go into a dark spot. Why don't I... No, I won't go in there. I want to, it's going to get dark here for a minute while I go under this tree. Where I live in this province, it's very dark here. Probably see the blinking red light more than anything. Things are going well. We're entering stage 3 at this point as of this taping, which means that we're starting to open up more. And, when this first all started happening, I wasn't going to talk about it on here. But you know what? Everybody's going through it. And it is a subject that is really on everybody's mind almost all of the time. Literally. Because every time you go into a store, you've got to follow, certain directions and rules. You got to, there's people are wearing masks. Some people wear masks. Some people don't. Some people think this is all a big hoax. Some people don't. Should probably go through here. There's just more light. Yeah, I'll go through this area here. And we're reminded of it from the moment we get out of bed until the moment we go back into the bed. So everybody's going through. So why not talk about it? Not to be negative about it or anything. See, this is probably not a bad idea because I'm talking. I'm going to wake people up. I'll go back out, go around the block. It's getting better. It is. At least in a lot of parts of the world, and in my neck of the woods, it's definitely getting better. So far, But, you know, who knows? I mean, this is a terrible thing that's happened. I've never, no one has ever been through, this is crazy. I mean, everybody I talk to is just like, everybody's like, brain is just spinning. You know, you go into a grocery store, you got to figure out what to touch, what not to touch, when to wash your hands, which hand to use to touch which thing, when to, which, like, it's, and some people don't care. They just, they just shop like normal, and I don't know, I guess that's fine if that's what they want to do. I tend to be a little more cautious, but then I'm a bit of a germaphobe as it is. I've always have been a little bit of a germ freak. There's more light coming up here as we get onto this, around this corner here. But we've been, this is, I've never been through anything like this before anyway. My mother has never been through anything like this. She's 82 years old. I guess there was something that happened back in the 40s or something, but whatever, but they didn't shut everything down. So it's been kind of weird. And I started worrying about, like, oh shit, what if I can't get, beer supplies and stuff like that. So I stocked up on yeast, and you can always go to the grocery store and get some apple juice if that's all you can do. Anyway, things are starting to pick up around here. The government plans to put the kids back in school in September, with some precautions, and they're doing their best to figure it out. The premier here of Ontario is seems like a very smart guy and a good guy. They're consulting with health officials and whatnot to try and do the right things. And I do trust our provincial government to do that. So I feel so bad for some of the people down in the States who in certain cities that are just going through hell with these protests and all this stuff that's going on, and I'm not going to get into that. I don't want people spray painting stuff all around my roads. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, I'm almost home, so I'm going to cut this off. Just want to say thank you guys for sticking around. I'm really glad the channel's back. I owe you guys a lot of footage. You've been extremely supportive of me, and I can't, I can't repay you other than just to make videos best I can. I've been doing this for 14 years. I was 40 when I started it. Now I'm 54. So it's a little harder to muster up the energy to set things up, but I bought a couple of things to make it easier for me to do. So hopefully, we'll get some stuff out to you, even if it's just like stuff like this. Because, you're like an old friend to me, all you guys. You've been hanging around for so long. And all you new people have just found this channel and subscribed. Well, I hope you stick around. Because there's a lot of fun to be had. Don't forget to check out my Friday Night Live broadcast. That's definitely a place you can get a hold of me and check things out. There's a really amazing chat room with males and females in there. Everybody treats everybody fairly. There's no problems. You don't have to worry about being, mistreated or anything. Some chat rooms are pretty bad sometimes, but not mine. We got great people in there. If you don't want to sign in, you don't have to, but it's vaughn.live/CraigTube. And just go to the channel, vaughn.live/CraigTube, and scroll down. You'll see the thing, Friday nights, 10 p.m. Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto, New York time, 10 p.m. Friday nights. We go for 6 hours. And, it's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy that the most. Being live and playing tunes, taking Skype calls, and just putting on a show. It really is something I always wanted to do all my life, and I finally get to do it. It's really cool. So check it out. And tgtshirts.com for shirts. I have other channels. I'll briefly tell you. I've what's the other one? Sorry, Vinyl TV, Vinyl Space TV. Just type it in if you want to learn about audio and stuff like that. And I'm going to be doing some stuff on recording and 4-tracks and reverbs and stuff like that. And I also have another channel called CraigTube Music, all one word. There's not much on there right now, but I'm going to be putting my music on there, because I think that, you know, there's some channels around YouTube who are putting my songs up and they're cutting parts out of them and stuff. No, not good. So I'm going to put the songs up on my channel, CraigTube Music, with the lyrics, and you can download them, play them, do whatever you want with them. And that's just my way of getting my stuff out there. Some of it made it on the radio, most of it didn't. But this is the new radio, YouTube. All right, thank you guys for sticking around, and we'll see you real soon. And subscribe, do that thing, all that stuff too. Ring the bell. You know what to do. All right, take care. See ya. Cheers.